Argent energy is made from the souls of Hell's victims. This is the factory where that takes place. Necroball, the city of the damned.
Do you enjoy endless killing with the sound of guitars shredding and booming bass in your ears? Have you ever wished you were an unstoppable being with an endless arsenal of weapons? Do you believe it is your goddamn given right to rip and tear? Then Doom Eternal is the game for you. So there are a lot of things that I really enjoyed about this game. One of them being is how quick and fast the gameplay is. The game is just unbelievably quick and very slick. The arenas where battles take place are so well designed, and every aspect of them almost needs to be utilized to advance and beat the arena. You know, I'm mainly a person who has played Division 2, Destiny 2, a little bit of Call of Duty here and there, but you know, a strong, I guess, background in shooting games. But this game was different, and it was a great change to the pace in that type of gameplay that I'm used to playing. It's not even really fair to directly compare them, because in Doom Eternal, you have to move. You cannot take cover in this game. Taking cover or seeking any type of cover at all and trying to shoot these demons from a distance, it's a guaranteed death. And the arena levels are fantastic. The level design is amazing. I love how the game forces you to move throughout the arena to slaughter the demons. The levels are designed to make me run around and deal damage to everything. I was just so used to staying in one place and killing everything at one time. It was definitely a painful lesson to learn, but once I got the hang of it, it was a hell of a good time. I mean, I just feel like Doom Guy. I just feel like playing as him in this game, it's like taking a tank on Joyride. Like, you just feel unstoppable. Another really nice thing about this game was the graphics. ID Software did a phenomenal job optimizing this game. I've never had a smoother experience in a game before. I've always had like frame hiccups or frame misses or some tearing here and there. None of that. The fact that this game demands me to be quick and make fast movements led me to believe that there would be at least, you know, like I said, some frame hiccups, you know, especially in areas with a lot of explosions, a lot of fire, guns going about, demons shooting, exploding. Yeah, and no, I didn't have a fucking problem with it at all. And like, this is including me streaming it as well. Like, it was like I wasn't even streaming. It was just amazing. It was so smooth. Now, to be fair, I do have a very decent spec computer that can handle almost any game that comes out today very easily. But I didn't expect Doom to run this well. Like, it felt like it definitely felt like I was playing a 2020 title, but I don't like games that run this smooth. I guess the amount of the frame rate. I don't normally get unless I go to like older titles, but this is a 2020 release, guys. Like, holy shit, it was just amazing. I don't know if like ID Software just smothered everything in KY jelly or not, but god damn, I wish every game would just run this smooth. I mean, my computer just felt invincible with this. It was awesome. It was such a well optimized game that I'm pretty sure a lot of people with even older computers, like the 900 series, could play this game and run on medium to high, maybe some medium, maybe some high settings, and still get at least 60 frames a second. Of course, one of the prime jewels of this game is the music. Ladies and gentlemen, this music in this game makes you feel like an adrenaline maniac. If you don't know, the music was composed by Mick Gordon, and he has a long history in video game soundtracks, from Need for Speed Shift, Wolfenstein, Prey, Borderlands 3, and of course, the previous installment of Doom. Gordon does a great job of taking the gore and intense action of Doom's gameplay and turning it into music. You know, I can listen to this music alone and just start feeling pumped up and getting ready to take on just about anything. I mean, you know, since the gyms have been closed because of because of the stuff that's been going on, I've been listening to soundtrack as I go on runs, and it's just, man, it is fantastic. It just makes you feel like it is definitely music you can listen to before going out and taking on any challenge at all. Like, I can see this music being applied to fighters, I don't know, the gym obviously before a game, the basketball game, a football game, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but the music is just, it's one of a kind. It is so freaking good. Like, I really, like, the only comparison I can make to it is, oh fuck, I forget the guy's name, DJ Junkie, I think his name is. He did Junkie XL, that's his name, Junkie XL. He composed the music for Mad Max Fury Road, and this just, Gordon's soundtrack to this game just reminded me of Mad Max Fury Road. It is just a beautifully well composed soundtrack that fits the game perfectly. Gun choice in this game actually matters. Now, I'm pretty sure it mattered in the other Doom, but for me, from a Destiny 2, Division 2 type background, Borderlands 3 even, there's a lot of guns in these games. However, it doesn't matter because there's always that one gun that just outperforms all the other guns, and that's what everyone uses because it's the best. In this game, the best gun, it doesn't matter. It does not matter because every gun is going to do damage to every demon. Now, that being said, there are certain guns that are more efficient at killing certain demons, but you know, damage is damage. Any gun will get the job done, but there are certain guns that will kill certain demons much quicker. I also really appreciated the amount of enemies that were in this game because each enemy had a different purpose and different severity to it. Now the basic demons, they're simple. You can blood punch them or chainsaw them in one go, and that was it. But they were basically there to give you ammo and some health, and that's their whole purpose in life. I'm talking about the heavy demons and the super heavy demons that make you put in work to kill them. Combined together, there are about 15 total super heavy and heavy demons, but none of them actually feel repeated. Each one is very unique. They all come with different strengths and different weaknesses, whether that's just brute strength with guns or a bit of both. If not killed efficiently, I would not survive much longer. I mean, it's one of those things where they come onto the field and it's like, holy shit, focus on these guys right away or I will die. And that's what it had to be. And that was the Marauder right there. Oh, Marauders, man. A lot of people complain about the Marauders, but I can see why people complain about them. They are something else. They are a bitch to kill, but holy shit, it feels good once you do. It really does. They're not impossible. You just gotta be quick on your feet, and you gotta know, you gotta watch the signs. You gotta maintain a certain distance. It was just, Marauders are a bitch to kill, but they're worth killing, if that makes sense. It feels good to kill them, you know, it feels like you accomplished something. I also liked how each demon had a different or unique glory kill animation. That was nice to see. Like, you know, you can take out the eyeball, stuff it down the throat, or just stab them a lot of times, or just chop off their head, or literally smash their head into their body. It's just so good. It's just so good. It's just like, yay, goriness lives once again in video games, because, you know, there's not that many gory video games out there anymore, and this game was just, it's nice to see again. It really was nice to see again. One of the biggest negatives that I had with this game is there is just far too much going on at once. Just way too much. And one of those being is there are way too many gun options. I know I said earlier that gun choice matters in this game. And yes, each gun has a purpose in the game, but there are just too many mods for these guns. More often than not, I just found myself using one mod on any of these guns and never really changed it from that mod. For example, the heavy cannon was better as the micro missiles than precision bolts. I mean, at the beginning of the game, you do get the heavy cannon and can choose to get the bolt unlocked, and that's what I did, and it worked well for the beginning of the game because there's not a whole, I mean, there's a lot going on, but it's much simpler demons to kill. And the bolt was really good at hitting those weak points on these demons, but after a certain while, guess what? Things get more intense, demons start getting harder, and it just, you know, the bolt didn't make sense at that point because the nature of the game is to have you move around constantly, so it was harder to hit these weak points with a precise shot. So, you know, I just didn't care to use it, and then went to the micro missiles, which, you know what, should have went that the first time because that had a great area of effect rather than, you know, something that was really precise. And it was like that for a lot of other weapons too. The rocket launcher, for example, I knew there was a mod for, I guess, detonation whenever you choose, and believe it or not, I didn't even unlock it. I did not care for it because the lock-on, the missiles mod for it was just a lot more sensible. There's just too many weapon mods that make sense, and you know, it's so quick. You can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna switch this weapon mod to this way. Oh no, wrong mod. And you know, you have a lot of stuff happening at once. It made it less confusing just to go with one mod, one gun, and then just set it and play the game that way. Including the weapon mods that are included with all the guns, there's also blood punch, chainsaws, grenades, a flamethrower, a sword. There's just so much going on, and depending on the difficulty you might be playing at, the fast-paced nature of the game, plus all the mods, it makes it a very difficult time to play because you're trying to eliminate these demons as quickly as possible because there's a lot of them, and a lot of them are shooting at you and hitting you. It just becomes a mess. It really becomes a mess going through and cycling through the mods and all the gear that you have. I mean, the grenade should not have a mod. Now, don't get me wrong, the freezing aspect of the modded grenade, it was nice. It worked here and there, but for the most part, I stuck to the one that just, you know, the simple kaboom grenade. It just made so much more sense. It did a lot of damage, had a nice area effect, and most of the time, if I freeze the demons, it's just to slow them down so I can get away. It's not so much to slow them, it's not so much to freeze them and then do damage to them. It was just to run away so I can get some health from a basic demon that I can either chainsaw or blood punch. Now, I've seen multiple players play through Doom Eternal on Ultra Nightmare mode, and they used all the guns and all the modifiers and all the equipment effectively and efficiently, and they are amazingly good at it. They are amazingly good at it, and they beat the game, obviously, on Ultra Nightmare, which, if you don't know, Ultra Nightmare is Nightmare mode plus permadeath. So if you die while playing in Ultra Nightmare mode, you have to restart the campaign. You just have to use everything effectively and efficiently in order to beat Ultra Nightmare. And now, I probably made the mistake at trying Nightmare difficulty on my first go, and after failed attempts after multiple levels, it just became too difficult. It just became too difficult for me. I couldn't utilize everything at once. And I feel like if I had gotten better at utilizing all the equipment, I probably could have finished the game on Nightmare mode, but it was just not happening. So I ended up having to lower it to, I believe it was like Hurt Me Plenty, and I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more. It was still difficult, but it wasn't like overly difficult for me. I still died a couple times here and there, but it wasn't over and over and over and over and over like I had while I was playing in Nightmare mode. Now, I had a hell of a great time playing this game. It's fun, it's a fast-paced action game that just got my adrenaline going and never let up. Music was just the cherry on top of this gory, demon-piled Sunday. I would absolutely recommend anybody play this game. A simple, easy 4 out of 5 if you want to give it a score. It was just a joy to play. Like, I don't know, like the game's like, it's like, I don't want to say it was a simple game, but it felt like a simple game that utilized a formula that has been in play for such a long time, and it just worked really well. I don't know what they did, but it was like, I know I said earlier that the weapon mods and everything made it feel bogged down, but at the same time, it's simple. Like, you shoot demons with guns. You can't get any simpler than that, and they use it to the benefit, and it paid off super well. It was just a fantastic game to play, and I can't wait to play it again. I can't wait for the DLCs. Yeah, I would really recommend anybody who likes fast-paced action games to buy Doom Eternal if they haven't already. It's such a good game. Anyways, this is just a little quick review. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you liked what you heard, liked what you saw, please catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/deadlynutterbutter. Thank you again for watching. See ya.